So we already covered the sila, that's a part 1, because according to the verses in the beginning, this Visuddhimagga is written according to sila, samadhi, and panya. Now sila is already, we go through some because there are different types of sila. There are too many, so I will not go. I didn't go. And samadhi, we already described the 40 samatha practice from the way we take the meditation subject object all the way to kasina, how to make the kasina, and after that to the remaining kasina and foundness, we go through some. And then 6th correction of the Buddha Anusati, we already go through. And then the mindfulness of that, which I did with the chanting, and the 32 body parts. And then the breathing, which most people will actually do this one a lot. Most people will do Buddha Anusati as part of chanting. And 32 body parts is for those who are interested. And then most people will practice the 4 Brahma Vihara, the loving kindness, compassion, gladness, equanimity. So this is for those who already gained the 4th jhana, who want to go for arupa. And then repulsiveness of nutriment, we did go through. And then so all these are under the samadhi. So supernatural power, I didn't go through because it's not needed for you all. If you're interested, you can read yourself. Now, under the panya, there's a 3rd part, sila, samadhi, panya. So we already go through the 5 aggregates a few weeks before. And then in here, they go very detailed about the 89 consciousness and so on. So we go through the elements, and last week go through the faculties. So today we will go through the truth. Now, truth will be exactly like you see in many sutta about the truth of suffering and so on. So we will go through the truth in detail. So next week we'll go for origin of suffering and cessation of suffering. Next week. After that, I think we don't have time to go because dependent origination is a very big topic. And actually, the way I see this is actually much more based on Abhidhamma. So if you're interested, you need to go to the previous recording of Abhidhamma done by me. So I will skip the dependent origination. And then because we don't have time, so for this semester, we only stopped at the 4 Noble Truth. I will take about, I think, 2 weeks to go through. Then I will rest. We will all rest. Then there will be end of certificate level for this semester. Okay. And for next year, I think around February or January, depends on my schedule. So we will continue with the purification of view. But this is not part of certificate. But if you're interested in take on this certificate also, so we take it as a Visuddhimagga part 2 certificate. For this year, up to November, it's only part 1. Okay. So I already sent you all the last assignment. So you all can start to do now. So next semester, we will do on the view and then overcome doubts. It's actually interesting because this is really more on the progress of Vipassana. All these are progress of Vipassana all the way towards enlightenment and different types of noble person and so on. So this means that next semester, next year from January, February onwards, it will be on part 2. It's for those who really want to sign up as certificate, you tell me. Because why I want to do it as certificate? Because as a certificate, you all need to listen carefully, you all need to do homework. So you need to do assignment. It will be beneficial for you. Because sometimes you just sit and listen. Sometimes too much knowledge, you might not have anything. So that's why it's good for you to sign up certificate because you need to listen carefully, you need to do the assignment. And the assignment is not so difficult. You just need to listen carefully and check the internet and get some knowledge from the Visuddhimagga, right? Okay. Now, we will go for the topic today, 4 Noble Truth. This is the core, because it's preached in the very first sermon of the Buddha, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the discourse of turning of view. So they are the heart. Because in all the sutta, wherever you go, the Buddha will talk about suffering, suffering, suffering. There's a first noble truth. Then the Buddha will talk about letting go the craving, craving, craving. There's a defilement, second noble truth. And all the way, the purpose of meditation to become Sotapanna is to gain the Nibbana. That's the third noble truth. So they are the heart. Okay. So that's why when you study Four Noble Truths, even there are some people during Buddha's time, they be able to understand Four Noble Truths and they get enlightenment. They no need to study so much because of their parami. They have enough perfection. So all this I get some from the Noble AI, so I will not go through, so you can read yourself. Okay, now we go for the Visuddhimagga. Now here we need to learn the Pali. Okay, Four Noble Truths are called Saccā. Saccā means truth. Dukkha. Now this word dukkha is have different translation. Now normally we call it suffering. Now the modern way, sometimes they call it unsatisfactoriness. This also can, but it's so too long. It's not easy to remember. So we just take it as something. Now you have dukkha saccā, and then you got samudaya. So in the Visuddhimagga, if you read, there's a lot of definition of Pali about this word samudaya. So I skip in this paper here. Anyway, it's talking about origin, the cause of suffering. So these two, you can link with each other. So in fact, if we summarize the Buddha teaching, right? So even let's say you have the Four Noble Truths. So when you summarize it, what do you get? Cause and effect. Okay. So even like we say you have the 12 dependent origination. Even you summarize it, it's talking about the noble truth also. Not all, maybe only 2 noble truths, but you also can summarize it as the cause and effect. Okay. So that means that in Buddha's teaching, beside the karma, now how many cause